白鹤暖气功、飞鹤功。
This video is designed to be used with the book The Essence of Shaolin White Crane by Dr. Yain Цзюnьmin. While this video instructs the movements, the book offers a more detailed explanation of the techniques and discusses the theory behind them. Those interested in Jing power training for martial arts purposes should refer to the book for deeper information on this complex topic.
基本暖动功。
Through the following stretching and warming up exercises, you will be able to loosen up the entire physical body and stimulate the cells which are in the deep places of the body. For stretching, the first step is loosening up the joint areas. When you loosen your wrist joints, shake your elbow sideways while letting the hands swing from side to side. This will loosen up the wrist effectively. If you use the muscles near the wrist area to move the hands from side to side, the muscles near the wrist area will be tensed and the loosening efficiency will be low. In the same way, when you loosen up your elbow area, you should move your shoulders and allow your arms to swing around. Next, bounce your body up and down. When you do this, you start to loosen your torso. Next, twist your torso from side to side while swinging both of your arms naturally. This twisting and swinging exercise will enhance the torso's loosening, especially in the waist area. Then, circle your upper body down, up, and around in each direction an equal number of times. This will help to stretch and loosen the torso. Next, circle your waist horizontally, first to one side and then to the other. This will loosen the lower back area and the hip joints. Then squat down slightly and circle both of your knees horizontally in each direction a few times to loosen up the knee joints. Finally, circle the ankles of each leg a few times each direction. The number of repetitions for each exercise is up to you.
双手托天。
After you have loosened up your joints and warmed up, you should start to stretch your physical body. If you stretch your body correctly, you can stimulate the cells into an excited state, and this will improve qi and blood circulation. This is the key to maintaining the health of the physical body. A good stretch should feel comfortable and stimulating. The first place that should be stretched and loosened is the muscles of the trunk rather than the limbs. The trunk is at the center of the whole body, and it contains the major muscles which control the trunk and also surround the internal organs. When the trunk muscles are tense, the whole body will be tense and the internal organs will be compressed. This causes stagnation of the qi circulation in the body and especially in the organs. The trunk muscles should be stretched and loosened up before the limbs prior to any qigong practice. Remember, people die from failure of the internal organs rather than problems in the limbs. The best qigong practice is to remove qi stagnation and maintain smooth qi circulation in the internal organs. Interlock your fingers and lift your hands up over your head while imagining that you are pushing upward with your hands and pushing downward with your feet. Do not tense your muscles because this will constrict your body and prevent you from stretching. If you do this stretch correctly, you will feel the muscles in your waist area tensing slightly because they are being pulled simultaneously from the top and the bottom. Next, bend forward, touch your hands to the ground, and use your pelvis to wave the hips from side to side to loosen up the lower spine. Stay there for 3 to 5 seconds. Finally, squat down with your feet flat on the ground to stretch your ankles and then lift your heels up to stretch the toes. Repeat the entire process at least 3 times. Use your mind to relax and stretch out a little bit more. After you finish, the inside of your body should feel very comfortable and warm.
白鹤升井，哪吒探海。
The neck is the junction of the blood and qi exchanging path between the head and the body. Whenever the neck is stiffened or the spine in the neck is injured, this blood and qi exchange will be stagnant. Consequently, your brain will not have proper nourishment. Therefore, in order to maintain your health, you must learn the correct manner of loosening up the neck, including the muscles, tendons, and ligaments. First, you should stretch the muscles and tendons around the neck and gradually reach to the ligaments, which are hidden deeply between the joints. To stretch the neck muscles and tendons, you should focus on the 4 biggest muscles tendons located on the front and the back side of your neck. When you stretch your front neck muscles and tendons, you may turn your head backward diagonally while pressing your shoulder backward. Start the stretching gently for 20 seconds, then shift the stretching to the rear neck muscles and tendons. When you stretch your rear neck muscles and tendons, simply press your head downward and toward the side. Again, stretch for 20 seconds. After you have gone through the 4 sets of muscles and tendons, repeat from the beginning for another 30 seconds each. You should stretch each muscle and tendon group at least 3 times. This will provide good stimulation to the muscles and tendons through stretching. After you have stretched the 4 neck muscle and tendon groups, extend your head forward with the 4 muscle and tendon groups evenly stretched. To make the stretching more efficient, you may gently push both of your shoulders backward. The goal is to stretch the ligaments instead of the muscles and tendons. Stay in this stretching position for 20 seconds, then turn your head to your left slowly and then to your right slowly. This will help you stretch and loosen up the ligaments in the neck. Repeat the turning 2 more times on each side. Finally, gently circle your head to one side on a small scale for about 10 times, and then the other side for another 10 times. You should not circle your neck to its extreme range of motion, since this may damage your cartilage and neck joints. This is a common cause of arthritis in the lower neck area in later life.
平原扭腰。
The torso is supported by the spine and the trunk muscles. Once you have stretched your trunk muscles, you can loosen up the torso, which is supported by the spine and the trunk muscles. This also moves the muscles inside your body around, which moves and relaxes your internal organs. This, in turn, makes it possible for the qi to circulate smoothly inside your body. Circling the waist helps you to regain conscious control of the muscles in your abdomen. The lower dantian is the main residence of your original qi. The qi in your lower dantian can be led easily only when your abdomen is loose and relaxed. These abdominal exercises are probably the most important of all the internal qigong practices. To practice this exercise, squat down slightly in the horse stance. Without moving your thighs or upper body, use the waist muscles to move the abdomen around in a horizontal circle. Circle in one direction about 10 times and then in the other direction about 10 times. If you hold one hand over your lower dantian and the other on your sacrum, you may be able to focus your attention better on the area you want to control. In the beginning, you may have difficulty making your body move the way you want, but if you keep practicing, you will quickly learn how to do it. Once you can do the movement comfortably, make the circles larger and larger. Naturally, this will cause the muscles to tense somewhat and inhibit the qi flow, but the more you practice, the sooner you will again be able to relax. After you have practiced for a while and can control your waist muscles easily, start making the circles smaller and also start using your yi to lead the qi from the lower dantian to move in these circles. The final goal is to have only a slight physical movement, but a strong movement of qi. When your lower dantian area is loose, the qi can flow in and out easily. This is especially important for martial arts qigong practitioners who use the lower dantian as their main source of qi. When the abdominal area is loose, the qi circulation in the large and small intestines will be smooth and they will be able to absorb nutrients and eliminate waste. If your body does not eliminate effectively, the absorption of nutrients will be hindered and you may become sick. When the abdominal area is loose, the qi in the kidneys will circulate smoothly and the original essence stored in the kidneys can be converted more efficiently into qi. In addition, when the kidney area is loosened, the kidney qi can be led downward and upward to nourish the entire body. These exercises eliminate qi stagnation in the lower back, healing and preventing lower back pain. Furthermore, this exercise can also help you rebuild the strength of the muscles in the waist area.
脊椎波动内脏按摩。
Beneath your diaphragm is your stomach. On its right is your liver, and on its left is your spleen. Once you can comfortably do the movement in your lower abdomen, change the movement from horizontal to vertical and extend it up to your diaphragm. The easiest way to loosen the area around the diaphragm is to use a wave-like motion between the perineum and the diaphragm. You may find it helpful when you practice this to place one hand on your lower dantian and your other hand above it with the thumb on the solar plexus. Use a forward and backward wave-like motion flowing up to the diaphragm and down to the perineum and back. Practice 10 times. Next, continue the movement while turning your body slowly to one side and then to the other. This will slightly tense the muscles on one side and loosen them on the other, which will massage the internal organs. Repeat 10 times. This exercise loosens the muscles around the stomach, liver, gallbladder, and spleen, and therefore improves the qi circulation in these areas. It also trains you to use your mind to lead qi from your lower dantian upward to the solar plexus area.
袒胸拱背。
After loosening up the center portion of your body, extend the movement up to your chest. The wave-like movement starts in the abdomen, moves through the stomach, and then up to the chest. You may find it easier to feel the movement if you hold one hand on your abdomen and the other lightly on your chest. You should also coordinate with the shoulders movement. Inhale when you move your shoulders backward, and exhale when you move them forward. The inhalation and exhalation should be as deep as possible, and the entire chest should be very loose. When you move your spine, you should be able to feel the vertebrae move section by section. Repeat the motion 10 times. Your body from the waist to the hands must be soft and connected like a whip.
白鹤斗翅。
Once you have completed the loosening up of the chest area, extend the motion to your arms and fingers. First, practice the motion with both arms 10 times and then do each arm individually 10 times. When you extend the movement to the arms, you first generate the motion from the legs or the waist and direct this power upward. It passes through the chest and shoulders and finally reaches the arms. When you practice with one arm, you also twist your body slightly to direct the movement. These exercises will loosen up every joint in your body from the waist to the fingers. These exercises are in fact the fundamental practice of Jing manifestation in the soft styles of Chinese martial arts.
基本练习。指腕功。指拨功。
Finger and wrist gong specializes in training a white crane practitioner how to loosen up the joints in the fingers and wrists. the same exercises can also be used to strengthen the tendons and muscles and ligaments of the finger and wrist joints. The soft joint exercises have commonly been used to expedite the healing process for the finger and wrist joint injury. They can also be used for arthritis healing. To practice these exercises for loosening up, your hands should be as relaxed as possible. However, if you intend to build up the strength of these joints, you must slightly tense up the trained areas. If you are using these exercises for healing, you should be as relaxed as possible instead of tensing up. Repeat 30 to 50 times.
章鱼功。
Closing the fingers practice aims for a moving connection from the wrist to the fingertips. Again, you may practice this exercise in either a hard or soft manner. The soft way is to loosen up and relax the joints, while the hard way is to build up the strength of the joints, especially those joints located in the palms. After you have practiced for some time and have connected your shoulder, elbow, wrist, and finger joints like a soft whip, you should start moving from the waist and the chest areas. The idea is to build up a smooth and relaxed connection through the joints from the waist area to the fingertips.
"外化功。
The purpose of side-spreading practice is to train the entire arm's circling motions. When the arms are circling, you also rotate your wrists. From this training, many defensive hand techniques can be developed. In fact, these exercises can be considered one of the most important and basic moving practice sets for the arms and wrists. When you practice, first inhale, arc your back and withdraw your chest while scooping both of your arms upward with fingers pointing upward and palms facing you. Next, exhale and expand both of your arms to the sides while repelling with both of your hands. As you do this, straighten up your torso and thrust your chest out. Repeat these repelling movements 30 to 50 times. Next, reverse the movements by first crossing both of your arms right in front of your upper chest with fingers pointing upward and palms facing you, and inhale deeply. Next, exhale and circle both arms down and then to the sides while bending your wrists and pointing the fingers downward. Again, repeat 30 to 50 times.
层次功。
The purpose of this training is learning to use the sinking motion from the wrist and forearm area to seal, to restrict, or even to control the actions of the opponent's upper limbs. For example, in the small wrap hand chin na, once you use your left hand to wrap the opponent's grabbing fingers, your right wrist's sinking action is very critical to making the control effective. When you practice, first inhale and arc your back and withdraw your chest while scooping both of your arms upward with the fingers pointing upward. Next, exhale and move both of your arms forward and then downward. As you do this, straighten up your torso and thrust your chest out. Repeat this downward dropping movement 30 to 50 times. After you have practiced for a long time, slowly and gradually replace the muscular movements with relaxed and soft actions and a concentrated mind.
夫次功。
Arm flapping gong is to train a white crane practitioner how to coordinate body movements with the flapping action of the arms. The flapping movement is generated by the waist and the action is manifested from the fingers. First, practice the upward flapping. In this training, inhale, arc your back and withdraw your chest while placing both of your arms right in front of your chest area. Next, exhale and flap both of your arms upward and to the sides. As you do this, straighten up your torso and thrust your chest out. Repeat this flapping 30 to 50 times. When you practice this flapping exercise, you should use the tendons of the joints more than the muscles. This means you should be as relaxed as possible. The entire motion is just like a whip. The power is generated from the waist and ends up at the fingers. Next, practice sideways flapping. In this training, again inhale, arc your back, and withdraw your chest while placing both of your arms right in front of your chest area. Next, exhale and flap both of your arms sideways. As you do this, straighten up your torso and thrust your chest out. Repeat this flapping 30 to 50 times. Finally, practice the downward and sideways flapping. In this training, again inhale, arc your back, and withdraw your chest while placing both of your arms right in front of your chest area. Next, exhale and flap both of your arms downward and sideways. As you do this, straighten up your torso and thrust your chest out. Repeat this flapping 30 to 50 times.
辗转功
Coiling gong is to train the coiling motion of your hands and wrists. In any soft martial style, coiling is a crucial and fundamental movement for techniques. When you train this gong, you are imagining that your arm is coiling like a snake around a tree branch, soft, sticking, and adhering. When you practice, place your left hand on your lower dantian area. This will help you feel the motion of the waist, which is used to direct the coiling action. First, inhale and generate the coiling action from the waist area. Arc your back and withdraw your chest. Next, exhale, straighten up your torso and thrust your chest out while coiling your right hand outward. Repeat this coiling exercise 30 to 50 times, then change the coiling direction for 30 to 50 times. Next, repeat the same coiling practice for the left arm. In order to make the coiling effective, you must be soft and relaxed. Only then can your arm stick and adhere to the branch. If you remain stiff, your arm will lose contact with the branch and the coiling purpose will be lost.
鹤颈功
Crane neck gong is to train a white crane beginner how to loosen up the neck joints. This is a crucial part of the Jing training. In soft Jing manifestation, if the neck is stiff, the power can be trapped in the head and generate a headache. When you manifest your Jing as a soft whip, every section of joints, including your neck, should be loose and relaxed. In this training, you generate a small and gentle waving motion from the waist area and let this wave pass through the spine and neck to reach the crown of the head. The wave motion should be small and all of the joints relaxed. Wave your neck forward 20 times and then gradually turn your head to the side to repeat the same waving motion.
疏肺功
This exercise is commonly used to soothe the spine and chest area right after Qigong training or White Crane martial sequence training. This exercise is especially important in hard Qigong and Jing training. From this exercise, all of the joints in the spine and chest area will be loosened up, which allows the blood and qi circulation to expedite the recovery process. When you practice this gong, first inhale, thrust your chest out, shoulders gently pushing backward, and generate a waving motion from the waist area. Next, exhale and pass the motion upward through the spine to the chest and circle your shoulders out. This motion is like when you sigh and make the sound of huh. When you are sighing, your body will generate a similar motion. This motion allows you to loosen up your torso and chest, and therefore the stagnant qi and emotion can be released easily. White Crane imitates this body motion to relax the torso and chest. Flying Crane Gong includes 12 pieces. When you practice this set, you should treat the entire body like a soft whip, one unit that moves in a wave. In order to reach this goal, the joints must be loose and the movements soft and relaxed. All the movements originate either from the waist or from the legs and flow continuously, comfortably, and gently from joint to the fingertips. It is also very important that the hand forms of White Crane palm are accurate. In the White Crane hand form, The thumb and the middle finger are pushed slightly forward while the index finger is straightened and the ring finger and the pinky are lifted softly backward. This hand form imitates the wing of a crane. The thumb and index finger are more tensed because this side of the wing encounters the wind while flying. The middle finger is forward but semi-tensed to keep the laogong cavity in the center of the palm opened. The laogong cavity is a major qi gate and is used to regulate the heart when it becomes too yang or energized. When this cavity is wide open, the heart will not be too yang because of long training or too excited emotionally. The middle finger is semi-tensed so it can support the index finger and thumb. However, the ring finger and pinky are very soft and relaxed. When they are relaxed, the qi can circulate smoothly to the palm in order to support the physical manifestation of flying or fighting capability. Without this smooth qi circulation in the palm, the entire hand will be stiff and the flight will not last long. This qigong set is the foundation for soft white crane jing. Without this training, neither the soft nor soft hard jing manifested will be sharp and penetrating. When you train this set, imagine that you are a crane perched on the tip of a very tall stalk of bamboo. This is a common sight in China. When the wind blows, the cranes retain their stability en route by opening their wings to maintain balance. Once you have this image, you will be able to maintain good balance and your root can grow deeper and deeper. At the beginning of each piece, imagine that the wind blows weakly. Therefore, the movements of the wings or arms are very small. Gradually, imagine that the wind blows stronger and stronger. In order to maintain your balance, the scale of the wings movement becomes larger. When the scale reaches its maximum, stay there for a minute or so, and then gradually reduce the scale of movement until the wind ceases and the sweep of your wings also ceases.
飞鹤弓，前后响，双翅飞。
Forward and backward flying trains the waving movement of the spine. The waving movement can begin either in the legs or waist and continues past the shoulders and elbows to finally reach the fingertips. Begin double wing flying on a tiny moving scale. The movement follows the spine upward to the shoulders, elbows, and fingers. Slowly and gradually make the scale of the flying bigger and bigger until both of your hands reach the same height as your shoulder. You should feel the movement of every joint.
前后响，单次飞。
After a minute of rest from double wing flying, continue with single wing flying. In this training, imagine the wind is blowing from the side and you must twist your body when you fly in order to balance. Again, start with a weak wind or small scale movement. Sway one arm forward while the other one moves backward and then reverse the directions. While you move both arms back to the sides of your body, inhale, arc your back, and hold in your chest. When they swing away from your body, exhale, straighten out your torso and thrust out your chest. Again, slowly increase the scale of the swinging until both arms are the same height as the shoulders. Swing there for a minute or so, and then gradually decrease the scale until the movement ceases and the arms return back to the sides of the waist. Stand still and breathe comfortably and naturally for a minute.
左右翔，双翅飞。
Left and right flying is to swing the wings sideways. The entire training specializes in the practice of chest and spine coordination. Again, the movement can either start from the waist or from the legs. In double wing flying, begin with both arms dropped naturally at the front of your abdomen, palms facing each other. First, inhale, arc your back and hold in your chest slightly. From this torso movement, swing the arms inward on a small scale at first. Next, exhale, straighten out your back while thrusting your chest and swing your arms outward to the sides. Slowly and gradually increase the scale of your arms swinging until both arms meet above your head. Keep swinging on this maximum scale for a minute or so, and then slowly and gradually decrease the scale until both arms return to the beginning position. Stand still and breathe comfortably and naturally for a minute.
左右翔，单次飞。
After a minute of rest from double wing flying, continue with single wing flying. In this training, imagine that the wind is blowing from the side. Again, start with a weak wind. Sway one arm inward and the other outward, and then reverse the direction. As you swing to one side, inhale, and as you swing to the other side, exhale. In single wing flying, the torso and the chest movements are very difficult. However, you should continue to train until the body is able to move first, and the arms simply follow the body's movements. Again, slowly increase the scale of the swinging until the arms reach the top of the head. Keep swinging on this maximum scale for a minute or so, and then gradually decrease the scale until the movement ceases and the arms return back to the sides of the waist. Stand still and breathe comfortably and naturally for a minute.
直后翔，双翅飞。
Straight backward flying aims to strengthen the ligament and tendon structure of the upper chest. In order to reach this goal, the chest is opened and then closed. Naturally, to do the action correctly, coordination of the spine movement is always important. Start with hands in front of the abdominal area, palms facing each other. As before, generate the motion from the sacrum's backward motion by moving the pelvis backward to open the Mingmen or life door cavity near the area of your kidneys. This action generates a wave motion upward to the Shenzhou cavity on your upper back area between the shoulder blades, and then passes to the shoulders and finally opens up the arms and hands. Begin with a slight movement. Imagine that the wind blows weakly, but is gradually growing stronger. Gradually, the wings opening and closing becomes bigger, and both arms are raised upward gradually to the height of the chest area. Fly like this for a minute or so, and then gradually lower your arms as the scale of opening and closing becomes smaller until both arms cease moving right in front of the abdomen. Stand still and breathe comfortably and naturally for a minute.
直后翔，单翅飞。
As before, After your rest, simply fly one arm first and follow with the other. Again, begin with a slight movement. Imagine that the wind is blowing weakly. Gradually, the wings opening and closing becomes bigger, and the arms raise up gradually to the height of the chest area. Fly for a minute or so, and then gradually lower your arms as the scale of opening and closing becomes smaller until both arms cease moving right in front of the abdomen. Stand still and breathe comfortably and naturally for a minute.
内圆翔，竖掌，双翅飞。
This flying is again for strengthening the structure of the ligaments and tendons in the upper chest. In order to reach this goal, the chest is again opened and then closed. Naturally, to do this action correctly, coordination with the spine's movement is always important. The motion of this double wing flying is very similar to that of the last piece. When you start, place both of your arms in front of your chest with the palms facing each other. Again, inhale and generate the motion from the waist area controlled by the pelvis. This motion is then led upward and reaches to the fingers. When this motion reaches the shoulder area, exhale and use the motion to generate a circling motion in the arms. Begin on a small scale and gradually increase the size of the circle. Practice for a minute with this big circle, and then gradually and slowly reduce the scale of the circle until both arms completely stop. Drop both of your arms and rest for a minute.
内圆翔，竖掌，单翅飞。
After a rest, raise both of your arms again. However, this time you fly with alternating arms. Again, start on a small scale and gradually increase until the circle is big. Naturally, the body's movement is slightly different from that of the double wing flying. In single wing flying, you must turn your body from side to side to generate a sort of circular swinging motion. When you reach the biggest scale, stay there for 1 minute and then gradually reduce the scale until both arms stop in front of your chest. Drop both of your arms beside the waist and rest for a minute.
内圆翔，平掌，双翅飞。
The body and the arm movements of this piece are exactly the same as in the last piece. The only difference is that the palms are facing downward instead of facing each other. Again, start on a small scale with double arms and then change to a single arm.
内圆翔，平掌，单翅飞。老鹰扑食，双翅飞。
After you have completed the last two pieces, you should combine them into one motion. When you combine it with double wing flying, it is called eagle attacks its prey. When you do this, place both of your hands right in front of the waist area with the palms facing upward. Begin the motion from the waist area again by controlling the pelvis. Inhale, thrust your upper chest out and open both of your arms, palms facing each other. When the wave motion reaches the upper chest, exhale, circling both of your arms to the sides and then forward until the palms are facing downward. Finally, inhale and withdraw the arms back to the chest area to repeat the exercise.
狮子滚球，单翅飞。
When you combine internal circular flying horizontal with single wing flying, it is called lion rotates the ball. Again, place both of your hands right in front of your abdomen area. Next, inhale, twist your body, and generate a circular whipping motion from the waist area. When the motion reaches the right shoulder, exhale and circle your right arm out and return it to the chest area. Repeat the same process for the left arm. You should repeat these right arm and left arm circular motions 30 times each. After completing the practice, rest for a minute or so.
外圆翔，竖掌，双翅飞。
This piece is very similar to the fourth piece. It again aims for strengthening the structure of the ligaments and tendons in the upper chest. The difference is that the direction of the circle is reversed. When you start, place both of your arms in front of your chest with the palms facing each other. Inhale, arc in your spine and withdraw your chest. Next, exhale, thrust your chest out while extending your arms forward and then sideways. When the arms reach to the sides, inhale, arc your spine, and withdraw your chest and continue the circling until hands return to the center line in front of your chest. Begin circling on a small scale and gradually increase to a large circle. Practice for a minute with this big circle and then gradually and slowly reduce the scale of the circle until both arms have completely stopped. Drop both of your arms and rest for a minute.
外圆翔，竖掌，单翅飞。
After a rest, raise both of your arms again. However, this time you fly with alternating arms. Again, begin on a small scale that gradually grows larger. Naturally, the body's movement is slightly different from that of the double wing flying. In single wing flying, you must turn your body from side to side to generate a sort of circular swinging motion. When you reach the biggest scale, stay there for 1 minute and then gradually reduce the scale until both arms stop in front of your chest. Drop both of your arms beside the waist and rest for a minute.
外圆翔，平掌，双翅飞。
The body and the arm movements of this piece are exactly the same as in the last piece. The only difference is that the palms are facing downward instead of facing each other. Again, start on a small scale with double arms and then switch to single arm.
外圆翔，平掌，单翅飞。大熊有水，双翅飞。
After you have completed the last two pieces, you should combine them into one motion. For double flying, it is called large bear swimming in the water. When you do this, place both of your hands right in front of the abdominal area with the palms facing upward. Begin the motion from the waist area with the control of the pelvis. Inhale, arc your back and withdraw your chest. Next, exhale, generate the motion from the waist with the control of the pelvis and extend both of your arms forward until both palms are facing downward. Continue your arm's circular motion. Inhale, arc your back and withdraw your abdominal area again to repeat the second movement. Repeat 30 times each.
左右开山，单翅飞。
When you combine external circular flying horizontal with single wing flying, it is called left and right to open the mountain. Again, place both of your hands right in front of your abdominal area. Next, inhale, turn your body to your left while starting to circle your right arm. Exhale, Slowly and gradually rotate your body to your right while turning your right arm until the palms are facing downward and your body is facing to your right. Repeat the same process for the left arm. You should repeat these right and left arm circular motions 30 times each. After completing the practice, rest for a minute or so.
后圆翔，双翅飞。
Backward circular flying is to train a practitioner to extend the motion from the waist or leg through the spine and the chest to the arms. Although previous pieces also serve the same purpose, the muscles which control the circling are different. When you do this piece, first place both of your hands with the palms facing each other right in front of your abdominal area. Inhale deeply while generating the waving motion from the sacrum and extend it upward to the spine, to the shoulders, and then to the arms. Move your hands down and then forward. Next, exhale and thrust your chest out while circling your hands back to the abdominal area. Start circling on a small scale and slowly and gradually increase the circle of both hands. Stay circling on the large scale for a minute or so, and then gradually reduce the circle and finally stop at the front of the abdomen. Rest for a minute or so.
后圆翔，单翅飞。
After double wing flying, repeat the same motion except this time add the body's twisting action, which leads only a single hand to circle. Start again with a smaller circle and gradually increase the scale of the circle. Keep circling on a large scale for a minute or so, and then gradually reduce the circle until the hands stop right in front of the abdominal area. Again, rest for a minute or so.
前缘翔，双翅飞。
This piece is exactly the reverse of the last piece. Again, place both of your hands right in front of your abdominal area. First, inhale, generate the motion from the sacrum and thrust your chest out, raising up your hands. Next, exhale, following the motion of the spine, and extend and circle your arms forward. Finally, inhale and circle back to repeat the motion. You should start with a small circle and gradually increase the scale. Continue this large circle for a minute or so, then gradually reduce the circle until both hands are stopped right in front of the abdomen area. Rest for a minute or so.
前缘翔，单翅飞。
The motion of this single wing flying is similar to the single wing flying of the last piece. The difference is that the direction for circling is reversed. Again, you should start with a small circle and gradually increase to a big circle. Keep circling on the large circle for a minute or so, and then gradually reduce the circle until stopped. Rest for a minute or so.
上扑，双翅飞。
Upward flapping imitates the upward flapping motion of a crane. The purpose of this flapping is to train a practitioner to connect the spine and chest movements to the hands. When you practice this piece, first squat down and place both of your hands in front of your abdominal area with the palms facing downward. Next, inhale and generate a wave motion from the sacrum. The movement passes through the spine, through the shoulders, and then to the arms. Following the body's motion, flap both of your arms up and to the sides while exhaling. Again, begin on a small scale and gradually increase to a bigger scale. Stay there for 1 minute or so. After you finish it, drop both of your arms beside your waist and rest for a minute or so.
上扑，单翅飞。
Single wing flapping is similar to the double wing flapping. However, the body should twist slightly to the side whenever the single arm is flapping upward. Practicing single wing flapping is much harder than double wing flapping. After you have practiced for a minute or so, gently drop your arms to the side of your body and rest for a minute or so.
下扑，双翅飞。
Downward flapping swings both of your hands downward right in front of your waist area. Again, you are aiming for the connection and coordination of the body and the upper limbs. When you practice this piece, again, squat down with both hands naturally dropping right in front of your abdominal area. Generate the body motion from the sacrum. Inhale and thrust out your chest while raising both of your arms upward. Next, exhale, arc your torso, and withdraw your chest while swinging both of your hands downward. As usual, begin on a small scale and then gradually increase. When you reach a large scale, practice for a minute or so and then gradually reduce. Finally, drop both of your arms beside your body and rest for a minute or so.
下扑，单翅飞。
The action of single wing flapping is the same as that of double wing flapping, except this time you add a sideways body twisting motion to generate the single wing flapping power. Again, start on a small scale and gradually increase to a big scale and stay there for a minute or so. Finally, reduce the scale and end with both arms dropped naturally beside your body. Rest for a minute or so.
右鹤斗翅，双翅飞。
This last piece is a recovery movement which can help you loosen your spine and chest, which may be tight from the training. In order to make your body as relaxed as possible, the scale of movement is comfortable and natural. When you practice this piece, first, place both of your hands in front of your chest area with the palms facing downward. Inhale deeply and generate a soft and relaxed motion from the sacrum, thrusting your chest out while raising your body and both elbows slightly. Your hands and wrists should be following the movement of the elbows and stay relaxed. Next, exhale, squat down, arc your back and withdraw your chest while lowering both of your elbows and allowing both hands to follow the elbows' movement downward. Repeat 30 times, drop both of your arms naturally and rest for a minute.
右鹤斗翅，单翅飞。
After you have finished the double wing waving, practice the same movement with a single hand. That means that one hand is waving upward while the other is waving downward. Again, you should use the body to lead and the arms just follow the waving motion. Practice for a minute or so and then rest for a minute.